Good morning, people. This is Lee Craft, the host of The What Is podcast. Today's show is It Takes Courage to Walk Away. I know y'all probably asking yourself, Lee Craft, what do you mean, Lee Craft, it takes courage to walk away? Look, a lot of times we face with so many different things. I gotta be a man. I gotta handle my business. No, it takes courage to walk away because a lot of times you don't need to deal with a lot of nonsense. Now, people come into your circle, you deal with it. But before we get started, if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com or go to Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, or Instagram. Look for the animated black man with white beard, smiling and profiling and finally realizing that everybody's trying to size me up. Yeah, it takes courage to walk away. And people sometimes try to figure me out. I said, look, man, a lot of things are not worth fighting. Everybody want to fight, show that they have courage to do so on. I can whoop you. Even Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, walked away from a lot of different things that they said, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I deal with it when you come into my circle again. You know, people say, Lee Craft, what if somebody was to cuss your wife out? What would you do then, Lee Craft? Well, they cuss her out, so those are just words, right? Did she deserve those words? Probably not. So we're gonna walk away. You know, Lee Craft, you sorry, man. You a punk. Don't worry about those kind of things. You know, as long as we healthy, we walking away, and we no harm came to us, right? So sometimes you can say, no, what, I got to stand up for my woman. Next thing you know, people come to view both of y'all bodies. I'm just saying, you know, look, people. I know you probably saying, Lee Craft, I listen to your show, Lee Craft. I want to be entertained. I want to laugh. But now my podcast is about realities of life. You know, I'm gonna get back into doing those funny shows and everything. But for us right now, this is the time we need to have serious conversation. Because when I turn on the internet and I see people have altercation and fighting, I zoom past that. I want to take part of that. You probably say, why not? Why should I? Because if you want to video somebody jumping on somebody or doing something stupid to somebody and you're not helping them out, what am I watch that for? You know, if you're a man, you're a grown woman, and two people are arguing, if you got a chance, you can de-escalate the situation. Why shouldn't you? It's none of my business. If you record it, you making it your business. That's all I'm saying, good people. That's all I'm saying. Now, certain things, if somebody just getting attacked like the man that I can't think of Floyd. Is it Floyd? His name that like Trayvon Martin, people like that. What do? Should you intervene? You should. You should. You know. But that's the thing, people. We want to pick and choose when we want to step in and just do something about it. Somebody getting choked out by the police and the police protecting and serve. Yeah, you need to intervene in that. It may cause you some harm, but hey, I take my chances. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what they're doing is wrong. But we forget one thing. They are still people. They still people. You know, even though they got a badge, the badge doesn't make them invincible. Those are some things you need to take a stand on. Like racial justice. You know, that's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, look. All I'm saying, people, this right here. But be mindful. No matter what you're going through, I can guarantee you one thing, that is going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life. That's the what if guarantee. What if? What if you add God to your diet? I guarantee you'll walk away from a lot of things. Because a lot of things are not worth addressing, you know. But like I said, though, some things are, like what Martin Luther King did, Malcolm X did, you know, JFK did, and so on and so on. You got to take a stand. Something you just can't walk away from, especially when you know that it's wrong. And you know the powers that be don't want things to be the way that it should be. But hey, progress is a process. It's a process. You know, with God in the mix, everything will start clicking after a while. I can guarantee you that. So just keep everything moving, keep everything grooving, and just see what we can be. You know, I remember back in the day, you know, a guy asked me, he said, Craft, man, are you a family man? So what do you mean, man? Do you always put your family first? I said, yeah. Why you ask me a question like that? Well, Craft, a lot of men don't put their family first. I said, what do you mean, man? If your family is hungry, but you eating, and they at home starving, how they putting your family first? Should y'all be starving together? You should be, because whatever you get, you need to take it home, and everybody have a little bit of something. That's what men do, right? You know. So, like I said to people, I don't know everything, but things that I do know, I want to elaborate on. And like I said, I know it takes courage to walk more courage to walk away from certain things than it does to stay there and fight. Because a lot of times you don't know how the fight gonna turn out. You know you whoop this guy 15 times in a row, but at 16 times he could put you in a coma or anything. Anything go wrong. You can slip, trip, fall, whatever the case may be. Something go wrong. This thing, you know, man, you in the bed laying, man, I should have listened to Lee Craft. I should have did what I did. So that's my show for today. Like I said, I didn't want to bore you with that. That was what was on my mind this morning, and hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, I understand. I do understand. Sometimes you just want to laugh all day long and stuff. Sometimes you don't want to hear somebody tell you about just walk away. Anyway, just walk away. You know, a lot of guys didn't walk away and stuff. Now people have to go view their bodies. Cause I gotta be a man. You still a man. You a live man. It ain't worth it. Man got a gun on you and you say, man, I'm still a man. Still a man. I'm gonna get him. But he got a gun on you. What are you gonna do? Let me tell you the last story. This guy told me years ago. He's a craft man. Me and this guy we had beef. You know, I said if I saw him first or he saw me, one of us was going down. So it so happened he caught me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You know, he got me. He said, put his hands up and I said, hey, you got me. He said, Craft, if I said anything out of you got me, that man would have killed me. It's been over for me. But he said, man, you got me. He said, and dude said, hey man, this problem, this beef we got, he said, it's over with. It's done. We're cool? Cool. And like I said, I could have said, what you gonna do with that? Huh? What you gonna do with that? You gonna do nothing? Pow. Here Alex right here. It takes more courage to walk away or to be quiet than it does to act a fool because people are around you, seeing what's going on. It's gonna say you weak. No, that takes strength. Strength. So, like I said, good people, hope you enjoyed the show this morning. If you didn't, like I said, please charge to my head, not my heart, because my heart stays in the right place. And my children always told me, Daddy, you're not a good storyteller. I said, I know, but I do know one thing. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. So, with that being said, dear Lee Craft, this is my podcast. But if you have any comments or concerns, please email me at leecraftwhatif@gmail.com. One band, one sound. Together, we got an opportunity to turn this whole world around. But in order to have a real conversation, you got to have real people if you want to have a real conversation. Have a blessed day. And please find time and make time to tell God, thank you.